Hello, everyone. Has it seemed to you lately that, like, every single fantasy-based, thing, every fantasy-based game always has, like, the same character classes with, like, no originality? Yeah, well, it's always seemed like that to me. There's always either, like, the knight, who's, like, tanks things and, like, usually pretty stupid. Then there's, like, the wizard, who is, like, usually wanting to kill everything and just really overpowered and stuff. And then there's, like, the archer, long-range fighter, usually an elf or something. And then you have, like, the cleric or something, who's usually female and has really obnoxiously large boobs for no real apparent reason except to, sell more copies of the game. So I just thought I would just ask you, what is your favorite out of these four? Like, what do you normally play as when you play some kind of MMORPG or even Final Fantasy or RPGs in the fantasy setting? So, do you like the knight, who is shiny? Do you like the wizard, who likes to kill things? Do you like the ranger, who is like, I don't know, Vulcan or something? Or is there, like, do you like the big-breasted clerics? So answer that question, and here's the battle. And without further ado, here is the battle with Bidoof12, and he has a YouTube. I'll leave the link to his profile in the description. He has some pretty nice Wi-Fi battles. So I lead with a Metagross, he leads with a Bronzong, and we both stealth rock. And I predict a hypnosis is coming. I really don't want anything to be put to sleep, so I decide to explode. And it actually does more damage than I expected against Bronzong. That's probably because Metagross is a complete and utter beast. Also, sorry for not posting a video yesterday. I was really busy with school, so, yeah, if you care, here's my apology. But I go into a Zapdos, and he predicts my Heat Wave and switches into, Flygon, but it ended up missing anyway, so kind of pointless there. And, I know Flygon is, like, really powerful, and he has Stone Edge, and that's unfortunate. But lucky for me, I was staying in to see what he'd do as I Heat Wave. And, Zapdos is pretty low health, and I, didn't think I would take that much from Stone Edge. But I decided to go into Flygon, because Flygon can take a Stone Edge pretty well. And he does go for it again, and my Flygon is pretty much undamaged. And he does have a Life Orb, so I know he's not locked into it, but he switches out anyways. I U-turn. And it does a little bit more damage to Bronzong, and I'm going to send out Zapdos, who doesn't quite die, and that's pretty nice. So I predict the switch here, so I'm going to actually Roost instead of try to finish it off, because I kind of predict a switch. But he doesn't switch. He stays in and tries to Hypnosis me, and that's kind of sucks, because that's life, I guess. But, I still got some health on Zapdos, and that's really nice. And I'm just going to switch out to Abuse Sleep Claw so he can't Hypnosis me again. And he also switches out, and he goes into a Ludicolo. And for some reason, he's thinking this is my, Choice Band Scizor. He didn't see the leftovers, so he's thinking like a U-turn is coming, but I just decided to Swords Dance. And that's pretty nice because Scizor now has a Swords Dance, and I'm just going to Brick Break, and that's going to KO that annoying Bronzong, and it's finally dead. And my Scizor is specially bulky, so with a Swords Dance it's pretty nice. And he goes into a Torkoal, and I'm pretty sure I can't KO this in one hit because Torkoals are physically defensive, and I don't want to get hit by like a fire attack, so I go into a Flygon. And he goes for the Overheat, so it's a good thing I switched. And Flygon still takes quite a bit of damage from that, because Flygon is pretty weak in the defense area. So he goes out into his Flygon, and I go for the Outrage, and that turns out to be pretty nice. And I go for the Outrage just because I want to get damage on whatever comes in. I know his Bronzong is already gone, so that's pretty nice. And he's thinking about what he wants to send in against my outraging Flygon. And there's really, nothing that can... And Lucario is Steel, yes, but it has really low defenses, so he really didn't have anything to take that Outrage too well. But I'm going to get the Outrage, does about half, uses Hidden Power, Ice probably, and it takes down my Flygon, but this tells me that this thing is like special, and probably Choice Specs or Choice Garf or something, because I didn't see any Life Orb or Leftovers damage. So I go into Tyranitar because I know I can take a Hidden Power Ice and pretty much any other special attack pretty nicely. So I go for a Dragon Dance, he goes into Torkoal. And I have the Earthquake, but I'm going to taunt first so he can't do something gay like Will-O-Wisp. and it turns out to be really nice because he did try to Will-O-Wisp me, and if Earthquake didn't KO because of this thing's massive defenses, well, that would have sucked. So he stays in Explode, which does some minor damage to Tyranitar, but I have the second Dragon Dance, and after 2 Dragon Dances, pretty much anything can sweep. And he's going to go into Luke, and I'm just going to go for an Earthquake, figuring that it's probably Specs Luke. And I'm right, the Lucario dies. And he goes into Rainkiller, which is his Ludicolo. And I'm going to Stone Edge here, because I'm pretty sure I can take a Ludicolo attack even if it misses anyway, because of Tyranitar's pretty good special defense. And I do take it out in one hit with Stone Edge, and he sends in... Takes a while, I don't know what is taking him so long, but he sends in Hypno. And I'm just going to, I think, taunt first to make sure it can't do something gay. No, I don't. What do I do? He takes a long time. I don't even know what he's doing. Like, seriously, what the hell are you doing? I think I just go for, an Earthquake, because Earthquake can't miss. And he actually survived with a few hit points, but he's going to die to the Sandstorm anyway after he T-Waves me. But anyway, good game, Bidoof12. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys. And, peace.